You are right up my street.
Oh, you can't make me choose.
Igo by Toyota sponsors T4.
Fuck me, Lee Ryan's 13.
Marlene.
I remember we couldn't remember the word for table.
Last week, UWA continued her winning streak after the Queens took part in the Pop of the Tops musical. Lil and Octavia were in the bottom. Lil stayed and Octavia sashayed away.
You remember who Octavia is?
No.
This is your Welcome America Presents Drag Race UK Season 6, Episode 8, All in the Family.
Emotions were flying high this week as the Queens had to make over their family members.
Mom finally got her win, and we said goodbye to Chara after her lip sync against Lil.
I am Ben.
I'm Fraser.
Fraser like Razor.
This is Drag Race Season 6.
Best episode of the season.
Yeah, what an episode.
Great episode.
Yeah, I've never been so transfixed by every moment of an episode.
I know. Very well done, everyone.
Yeah, good work for everyone involved.
But let's talk about after the elimination from last week.
Aki.
The first bullet I've written down is Aki. Aki.
Yeah, so Aki's gone. They're talking about the lip sync, and Lavoie says that Lil was like an aunt at a wedding during her lip sync.
It's the third lip sync win for Lil.
Yeah, she's the official lip sync assassin of this season, which is very funny because it goes to show you can be the lip sync assassin by not being that great at lip syncing.
Yeah.
By just being a great person.
It was quite shocking coming back into this and seeing Lavoie, like very disheveled.
Yeah, I think it was, yeah, I actually had the same note, which was, Lavoie looks even more insane in her outfit than I remember.
Yeah.
And she compares herself to looking like Ruth Langsford, which I thought was a really good reference.
I've written here, Marmalade. Ugh, I just don't like Marm. What? Wait, is Marm related to Cheddar Gorgeous?
No.
Wasn't one of them like in the same family or whatever it's called as Cheddar Gorgeous?
Oh, who was it?
Because
Oh no, it is Mom. I think Mom. Yeah,
she
Mom
has
is.
a touch.
Mom's got a touch of the cheddars
and
about
that's
her.
what really gives me the creeps. It just like, ugh. Meanwhile, Lavoie's got her third badge in a row.
Yeah,
Badge.
Mom and Chara have 0. This is a bit like when All Stars is on. I find track record on Drag Race a little irritating.
Why?
I just do. I know you probably like it because it's a very clear metric, and I know you like clear branding in metrics.
I like a clear format and I like winners. Wait, what did Lil get one for?
Oh,
What?
we'll put a pin in this for later. I just want to remind you that you said you don't like Mom and you love branding. Just remember that for later.
Okay. Look, I can respect branding without enjoying the product. Wait, what's Lil won a badge for?
She won in was it the girl group challenge, maybe?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
something like that.
I think that was it.
Marm and Lavoie have a lovely convo. Everyone's just so bloody nice.
Yeah, now Chanel is gone. We've lost kind of the last agitator of the group.
Yeah.
Even Kyron, who's kind of, very cocky. Now no one's even caring about that anymore either.
Yeah, I don't like Kyron. I will say that. I wrote that later. We're down to 6 queens.
Yes, and Lavoie gets the one final joke out of that tennis racket where she volleys out Chara's Margaret Thatcher wig out of the shot. I was like, she knows how to get every little ounce of nectar from the flower, doesn't she, Lavoie?
Every little ounce of nectar from the flower.
From the stamen. From the stamen of entertainment.
What is going on over there?
I'm in a very strange mood tonight.
What's in your giant Stanley Cup?
Don't worry about it, just water.
Okay.
No, it really is just water.
Okay.
I haven't drunk in weeks. So boring.
Okay.
And then, did you my one final thing when they were de-dragging, I like that Chara put on Mom's wig and hat, and she went, how do I still look like Margaret Thatcher? I thought that was really fun.
I also like 2 of them were saying, I'm gonna win, and then one went me more, and the other one went me more than you, then the other one went no, me most. Do you remember? It was like me more than you, me most, and the other one went
That's going to be the height of drama that we have this episode.
exactly.
So it's the next day.
I've written workroom. They're all very nice.
Yeah. Chara's wanging on about how close they all are now. We get it. We get the room mail.
Yeah, where's this room mail been?
Well, this is the one that she got in one clean take. Remember, we're only ever seeing the one and dones. Hey, sis, you can't pick your family, but you can pick your toes. Blood is thicker than wig water, and bros before hoes.
Wait, you can pick your toes?
Yeah.
What?
You know, the word family's in there, yes. Bros is in there, but then everything else, just rhyming nonsense.
Well, hose is like, you could, like, your sisters could be your hose, like your drags is, I don't know, that's okay.
Well, like hosiery as well.
Yeah.
But it still doesn't actually make sense as a statement.
No, why, instead of toes, why don't we do foes or something? I don't know.
Yeah. Bladder is what's wig water?
Well, it's just, that's just a joke. Oh, no, Fraser, that's a joke.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wig water.
It's like it's a play in blood's thicker than water.
Oh my god, I didn't get that. Wig water.
Well, I don't know. You're
to me,
Stanley Cup.
To me, wig water would be
basically-
what they'd call like when you've had a really hard night and you squeeze out your wig at the end.
It's like the sweat.
Yeah, your wig water.
Yeah, there you go.
So, what's happening?
Okay, so everyone's family is here. So one at a time, Rue introduces various families and all kinds of people.
Who's out first?
Shara's mum, Pamela.
Pam!
Primary school teacher.
And Pam makes one of the boldest moves in Drag Race fucking history. She just goes up and hugs RuPaul. As Kyra says in an interview, we haven't even hugged RuPaul.
Yeah.
She just went straight in there and did it.
I love that.
I loved it. We've got Release's sister, Chani.
Yeah. Then we've got
Lil's mum, Angela. Ange. Ange.
Angela's great.
And I just wrote, yes, bitch. As soon as Ange came in, I was like, oh, forget the cup of tea with Lil. I want to have like 7 bottles of wine with Ange and Lil.
I've written Kyron's partner, Richie, and then I've written, shut up.
Oh. Were you just annoyed that in a episode of like lovely family stuff you thought it wasn't right that it was a partner?
No. I know, just when Richie came through, Kyron's reaction was just, it was too much. Yeah.
Then mom's mom, Deborah. And I wrote, Deb's a right old laugh, isn't she? She's
Debs.
fun. She's wry. She's real wry.
And then the real pinnacle is Lavoie's dad, Richard.
Oh.
And I wrote, that is an old man.
Yeah. Yeah. I have to say this is the first point of the episode where I started going a little bit just because of seeing Lavoie, seeing her dad. Because as she says later, but she even says kind of in this moment, that I think they all had the idea that a family member was coming, and especially her at that point. But it sounds like they didn't know exactly who was going to come.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, it's my dad.
Rich.
She was expecting some fun aunt to come in and be like, it's just like, oh my God, it's my dad. So that kind of started to get me going.
Again, as we said, your Laura would be here for you.
Yes. Although for me, my thing would be if my dad came in, I would be probably pretty floored.
Felix?
Yeah, I'd be like, oh my God.
What was if your nephew came in?
Theo? Yeah. I mean, sure. So Rue says that the maxi challenge is, you need to glam your fam and turn your kinfolk into members of your drag family. Then I wrote, something ladies' room shaking the family tree. Really didn't understand at that point what she was talking about. And she's like, and then at some point, the ladies' room will shake your family tree.
Maybe this is the part of like this year or last year when ChatGPT came online.
Yes.
And they used it to write Rue's copy.
GBT.
ChatGPT.
It's GPT. Although you were doing the GB, you're doing the Great British.
GPT. Yeah, well, it's Drag Race UK.
Right.
It's
so it's
GBT.
Like .co.uk.
Exactly.
.co.
.co. .co.uk. Okay.
Right.
Now they all have a little catch up with each other, don't they? So Lavoie Richard, he's very up for. I've written, that's a smoker right there.
Yeah.
That voice.
Yeah, he's very sweet from the jump, isn't he?
Yeah.
Saying he feels very privileged that he gets to come and be a part of this. And you can kind of see Lavoie's like already a bit like it's like a bit too much.
He's 78. I was also watching for any hard cuts of, oh, maybe he's did something really wrong or inappropriate and they've had to cut him off. But no.
Seems pretty smooth.
Yeah. Lavoie never thought that his dad would ever do it.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Me neither. I don't know what I was expecting if I had to picture Lavoie's. Well, you know, like I said, I just thought Lavoie would have a fun aunt coming through, or
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting a very British older man.
Yeah. Richard.
Richard.
Okay, Marm and her mum. Mum kind of gives him some grief about no badges.
Yeah, harsh.
Fair. That's a real mum move, though,
Yeah.
isn't it?
That's the only note I wrote about Mom and her mum.
Little and Angela, I've written funky mum.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of like, oh, don't start. I know.
Yeah. They got a full scene of the two of them not saying anything, just going, no, no.
Wait, what you like?
No.
No, stop it.
Don't. No, I'm laughing.
Oh, no, you're
if
laughing.
you cry, I'll laugh.
I'll cry. Lil says that they both think each other are the best. Oh, we just think each other are the absolute best.
I feel like they'd use the term the bee's knees to each
Bees
other.
knees. I'm just going to have fun with my mum. And then I've written here, Pamela works in a primary school. That's Chara's mum.
Yeah, and she's come up with the name Chara P because her name's Pamela.
No, my name's Pamela. Makes sense.
Chara. But it's the kibosh on that one. Kyron and Richie.
I made no notes.
Richie's a doctor, and I said...
He's a doctor.
Yeah, and I said, with that bloody hair. But I don't want a GP with a mullet.
He is very softly spoken, though.
Yes, no, he does sound like a doctor.
He does.
Maybe he works in something more funky, like gay sex.
Yeah, well, the gum clinic.
Yeah, the gum clinic or urology. Something more... something.
What did the gum clinic stand for? I mean, gum. So weird.
Just when all your bits get gummed up. That's why.
You're a bit gummy down
Oh,
there.
got a bit gummy. You know, he's all gummed up. Take him to the gum clinic. For American or international listeners, that's the STD clinic. For some reason, was called the gum clinic.
Who knows why?
You just reached to Google it and gave up halfway through. I saw that. Your hand went. Never mind.
Right.
For the first time ever, there's a moment where someone on Drag Race during the makeover challenge is talking about tucking that made me laugh, and it was, I can't remember who asked, but they asked Lavoie if Richard was going to be tucking, and she had to explain what tucking was. Normally I'm like, oh god, because it'll be like, they're making over military men. It's like, and they make some guy like tuck behind a screen, and it's just, but I liked it. Made me laugh.
All right. You like Richard's tuck?
I do.
Let's do a family chit chat with Rue.
Yeah, so it turns out whatever she was going on about at the beginning, it's basically the kind of finale thing where they get to sit down with Rue, but it's in the ladies' room. Rue's dressed as a man, which, you know, is fine.
Or is it
A man in the ladies' room, maybe not under the new... Well, for maybe...
Drag Race UK?
Yeah, Drag Race UK. And also, you know, when's the inauguration? Like next year.
Yeah.
It's fine. So they're going to sit down in their little pairs and have a chat with Rue.
First up is Chara and Pamela. And Pamela just says, I'm here to do whatever's needed.
She seems like a very sweet woman.
She does. Lovely.
Yeah, she's going to be called Mama T. That's her drag name.
And they're going to be the House of Positivity.
I don't like that, but I think it's a very nice thing.
Yeah, it works. And Pamela says, he's just our life. We just adore him.
I get the, you know, no disrespect to Chara and Pamela here, but this is where I started to see a little bit of editing trickeroony happening here.
Oh, really?
I'm not sure maybe Pamela was hitting the mark completely in what she was needing to say.
Oh, really?
There was a lot of Rue reaction shots that were not her talking. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of cutaways. But, you know, came together beautifully. I'm just saying from an editing perspective.
Got it.
I felt like I could feel someone's sticky little British fingers on that.
On that avid.
When I say that, I mean those Cadbury's fingers, remember?
Oh my God, yes. Did you?
Someone using them on the keyboard.
And did you, obviously, you know, there are a few in a packet, so you can eat them all in different ways.
Yes.
One you might munch, one you'd like melt.
Yeah.
One you'd nibble all the chocolate off.
Put the whole thing in your mouth sideways.
Oh,
Fun.
all the fun. You could dip that in a hot drink. Right.
There's their kind of section. I mean, this happens a million times in this episode, but there's a lovely conversation where Rue basically says to Chara's mum, like, you don't know what good you've done by just being a nice person and raising a nice child. And she kind of says, you have raised a very sweet and positive child. And I thought that was nice. It felt like a genuine compliment.
Right. Relisa and Chani. Is it Chani?
Chani.
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 They are brother and sister. What's their age difference?
1 year, 6 months, 2 days, and something like that.
1 year, 5 months. They both say at the same time. I did like the storyline of Chani being the year above Releasa in school, and if Releasa got like anyone bullied Releasa, Chani would go beat them up.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
Do your brother ever beat anyone up for you?
No, I beat up people for him though.
My brother threatened to run someone over for me.
What car did he have at the time?
Oh, I can't remember. It was one of his early. It was very early car, but it was
A Golf.
It definitely had a spoiler on it.
Oh, but I feel like your brother's very Volkswagen Golf.
Yeah,
GTI.
If I knew enough about cars, that would have really stuck in my head. But I appreciated it. Yeah, he actually drove down like a country road and kind of chased some people that were really mean to me.
Oh, who were the people? Do you remember?
Oh, I don't remember who it was. I do remember the party that it happened at. It was in a barn and people were really mean to me. I bought a new t-shirt for it. I've told you this before. It was like a Chinese dragon t-shirt. And people were just really mean to me about it. No, that was it. I overheard someone being mean about me, and I was in a portaloo, translation porta potty, because it was in the barn, and they'd like hit the parents had like bought all these stuff. Anyway, and I overheard someone being mean about me.
What were they saying?
Oh, they were just being mean about what I was wearing. I think
t-shirt looks like shit.
No, they were saying I looked gay, obviously.
Oh,
because I was only like 15 at the time.
Imagine if you could hear it now and you're like, oh yeah, he's wearing a t-shirt. I think he looks gay.
Yeah.
Imagine if it was just completely neutral.
Oh, yeah, I don't think it was. Yeah, and then I think I like then left crying, and then I was like walking down like a country road, and my brother came to pick me up. Must have called him on a mobile phone, which feels how the hell did I have service on a Nokia 3210 in the middle of nowhere? Anyway, we've really
and look at you now. You are gay. Oh.
Yeah, they were right.
Was it just that dragon t-shirt? Just to go back to that 1 second.
Yeah.
Was it a metallic dragon?
No, the t-shirt itself wasn't too crazy. I think it was tight. I think that was the mistake I made, was to wear something tight, like I was in an episode of Queer as Folk.
So they could see your faggy little body
Real
underneath.
puff behaviour, you know?
Talking of Queer as Folk.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I did tell you. I had a real. I thought specifically of Queer as Folk this morning, UK, because so yesterday, as you full well know, I had food poisoning, and I woke up today like fine, but just after your body's been to that, you're kind of like hungover from the food poisoning. I did a FaceTime call with someone, and they're like, "Yeah, your eyes do look quite puffy." I'm like, "Yeah, you're right." So I went and took 2 teaspoons, put them in the freezer, and I brought them out. I put them in my eyes. Do you remember he does that in Queer as Folk? Yeah.
And did you hear that music? Whatever that music was.
Stuart Alan Jones. He was looking down at me like the face of God. Right. Where are we?
I don't know.
Releasa and Chani.
Oh, yeah. Chani's scared of Releasa's naked kind of drag, and they come up with the name Jalisa Lisa. Yeah. So, she really has fully adopted Rue's drag name.
Clever. Wise.
Yeah. Smart.
Lil and Angela.
Here we go.
Angela's biggest apprehension is letting Lil down.
Yes, and she's going to be Lola Buzzcock.
Where did Buzzcock come
from? I don't know.
I was like, what?
But then, yeah, then Angela does a good kind of mini stand-up run for Rue, where Rue's asking about like what was Lil like as a child, and then she says, we knew from an early age that Lil liked dressing up. What did she say? Farmer wants a wife. Oh, I'll be the wife. If there's a building game, I'll be Mrs. Builder. Yeah, and then Angela tells the story of Lil coming out, and yeah, just yet again a lovely supportive story of Lil being kind of angry, and she sat down with Lil and said like, what are you so angry about? Is there something you want to tell me? Blah blah blah. And I just love that they both start getting emotional, and Lil says, oh, pack it in.
Oh, pack it in, Mum.
I actually wrote down every single time Lil and her mum said something like that. There's a couple more later as well.
So Kyron and Richie. So it turns out that Kyron and Richie were living with Richie's dad, and then Richie's dad died.
Yeah, it's really sad.
Oh.
And then Richie tells what I think is a very good joke, and then doesn't get anything from Rue, which is, Kyron Thrax is her full name, so he wanted to be called Council Tax.
Yeah.
I think that was lost on Rue. She doesn't know what Council Tax is.
So then she's like, okay, I'm going to be called Rubella.
Yeah, because I think it's Anthrax and Rubella, right?
Wait, and what is Rubella again?
They're like a disease.
Okay. Isn't anthrax more of a biological weapon?
Yeah, I guess I guess that's how they wanted to differentiate each other. I don't know.
I was like, okay. I didn't really get
What's
it.
another biological weapon that she could have been?
Agent Orange.
What's the one that was in all the envelopes that were?
That was anthrax.
Oh, that was anthrax.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I knew about another one.
SARS.
No, I feel like there was one in the UK that was.
Yeah, I think it was anthrax.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a word floating in my head that's really about to come out, but
Or what about that stuff that's in old like buildings from the 1950s? What's that called again?
asbestos.
Asbestos. Anthrax and asbestos. For some reason, that works better. I don't know. Rubella. I was like, I just don't know.
I also slightly concerned that rubella was like a kid's disease, which I think is quite dark. But we're not Googling that either.
No, I'm not
This is a
Googling
no
either.
Google episode.
No. So then we've got Marm and Deborah. So Deborah lives in Marm. They both live in Cardiff.
I didn't quite understand the story here.
Well, it was so they could get to Deborah's joke.
Oh,
It was all like, oh wait, so you live oh yeah, I live in Cardiff City. Did you move out? Yeah, moved out March the 1st at 9 a.m.
Oh, yes.
That's all it was.
She's fun though, Debs. I like
Yeah.
her. And she's got her drag name is going to be Just Jam.
Fine.
Marmalade and Just Jam.
That's good.
It works.
Yeah, it works.
Branding wise, it works.
Yeah.
Now you want to talk about
Branding.
You want to talk just it didn't even cross my fucking mind that La Voix backwards was voila.
So good.
She had to have come into the show armed with that knowledge.
I think she's like over the years on stage, she's come up with that gag somehow.
Yes,
That's
for
what it
sure,
is.
for sure.
But yeah, so good.
Yeah, and this chat is really pretty much a full movie's worth of emotions.
Yeah.
They start, fun and light, talking about the drag name. Lovely bit of connection with Rue and Richard, talking about Richard's
Records.
record collection, how he loves like Barbra Streisand and
Donna Summer.
and all the greats. And then they just have kind of I just wrote Richard is killing me. What a lovely man.
Richard then says he hopes he's sending out a message to other parents.
Yeah, so sweet.
So nice.
Then just a couple of just really quick moments that passed me by before the next day. They did a very quick clip package, and it was this really fun short clip of Mom's mom trying to clean up some mess from the table.
She's trying to find a bin.
She was like, well, where do you want me to... She's like, I can't just leave this here. Where do you want me to put it? And then...
Is there a bin?
Yeah.
Where's the bin?
And then there's a slightly concerning bit of information that Release has decided to make 2 dresses from scratch, even though she can't sew.
Yeah.
And while she's kind of sitting panicking with her sister, deep in the background, my eyes fell upon what Chara was putting her mum in, and I thought, okay, so we're seeing everyone in this frame is going to be in the bottom 2 in this episode.
It looked like Chara's mum was going to be auditioning for How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yes, or like playing like a character at like a theme park. She almost was dressed like kind of
Yes.
Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Like she was going to be one of the parades.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Elimination Day.
Right.
Elimination Day. Everyone's fucking hugging everyone.
This was everyone hugging each other's different family members. They all seem really, really on the same page.
Oh, I got a hug from Richard.
Yes.
Dead nice.
Dead nice. Oh, at this point, I noted down, Lil's mum says, oh, my giddy aunt. Oh, my giddy aunt.
What is...
Have you never heard that? Oh, my giddy
No.
aunt. It's
No.
just an exclamation of surprise or shock. Oh, my giddy aunt.
Interesting. So then Richie has his eyebrows shaved off. And I just wrote, no one's shaving off my eyebrows. Then I thought if you and I happened to be in it together.
Yeah.
Oh, Ben, it's your podcast business partner,
Yeah.
Fraser. I'd be like, oh, hi.
Oh, not Fred.
No business partner, business acquaintance, colleague.
Podcast business partner. So that sounds even weaker of a connection.
Or if they brought, if you were in it and they brought me in and you were like trying to shave off my eyebrows. I'd be
And
like,
your beard.
Yeah, I'd be like, you can take off the beard, but not the eyebrows. Fuck that.
Yeah, no, I'm too paranoid about mine going away anyway. I don't want to wait for them to grow back because they ain't coming
You
back.
don't wanna encourage
No,
them.
this is the final set.
Yeah.
I'm trying to hang on to them. Chara's mum's going to channel her inner Tina Turner.
Oh, and Chara's mum tells a story about how at New York Pride,
Yeah, this was cool.
someone was holding up a sign saying God hates gays.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, he doesn't. God
Yeah.
doesn't hate anyone. but I don't think he'd be very happy with your behavior right now. Real good mum.
Yeah, real mum, real teacher. Also a really nice, because I don't think they really explicitly said it, but it's like, she's Northern Irish. I feel like she's religious, and because she even said, I have my beliefs, but this, and this.
Yeah, she said everyone can have their own beliefs, but...
Lovely. She seems like a lovely woman. She... What is it she says later? Oh, no, don't worry. Let's get to it when we talk about it. Oh, and Richard says that Lavoie was a bit of a challenging kid, but it all turned around when she... This is really brushed aside and I want to know more. It really turned around when she did a show at school and we all started to understand her more. And then it was just like, God. And I was like...
What was that
I
show?
need to know what that show was because I feel like it was exactly what we're seeing Lavoie doing on stage now, but just
cabaret.
as a full cabaret with like a boa, but just not in drag at like 12 for sure. And yeah, I like what Lavoie says here because she said that she's not going to ever take her dad's like pride in her for granted because she said she feels like it's the first time she's heard him say it so many times and so explicitly that she was like, oh my God, I didn't realize that he was so proud of me.
I know Lavoie's constantly like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, we're whipping through this. There's
a lot.
It's a lot, but also not much of an episode.
Because there's no conflict.
No conflict. No one's actually doing anything.
Struggle.
No struggle. There's no real challenge yet. I mean, it's just people sitting around and putting wigs and stuff on, which I guess is the show.
Yeah. Right, let's get to the main stage. I've written Rue is in a gold style challenge look. This isn't a bad outfit, but it is like a bunch of gold material just wrapped around her.
My description is a nice dress that I'll never remember again.
Yeah.
And also, I love Michelle's look here. She's... Stay with me and see if you agree with me on this. Do you remember what she was wearing?
No.
It was this kind of pink. It was very structured, but very kind of girly young pink. I said that she looked like she was in the Love Island Galactic Senate.
Wow.
So it seemed like Star Wars, but also boohoo.com.
Do you think in the Love Island Galactic Senate, they're the ones who decide who goes in and when?
Yes.
They're like pulling all the strings.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the guest judge is AJ Adudu.
Who I mean is just phenomenal throughout this episode.
From Blackburn. God damn don't we know it.
Fucking hell, she is Northern.
Well, continuing our theme of, no real meat on the bone in this episode, but emotional meat, no drag meat. We go just straight into the runway because that's what it's going to be.
First up, it's Lavoie and voila.
They're wearing... Lavoie said she wanted to dress as theatre curtains. They sure did. They look great.
I hate this look, but I also love it.
Yes, completely. It's not chic, but it's very fun, and I loved Richard. I loved that they walked down together, but I loved that he did that bit of the walk on his own in the heels. I thought that was really cute, and he did great, like really genuinely well.
They do some light choreo in terms of like, oh, stop, Richard trying to take up the space,
yes,
and Lavoie being like, oh, you're in my way or whatever.
Light choreo. Because they normally give them the task to come up with choreo for the makeover challenge. It's always the fake special like challenge that comes in the later half of the makeover episode. They will always say, you have to do family resemblance, and then we'll be like, on the second day we'll come in and be like, also you need to choreograph a fun dance to blah blah blah, and they have to do like a little sad routine.
Richard couldn't do that.
No, but I think in the theme of this episode being just about happiness and positivity, they didn't want to give them any challenges, basically.
Yeah. Who's next?
Next is Mom and Just Jam.
So they're wearing plaid yellow and pink outfits. I've written, Mom's a bit cheddar gorgeous here. This is where it really got into me, and I was like, ooh.
Oh, see, this is where I thought, even though you dislike her, I thought you'd really appreciate just the very strong and clear theming and branding of this, that she's marmalade, she was in orange, she had orange eyeshadow on, she had a marmalade purse, everything was marmalade, and her mum was all jam coloured with all the jam purse and everything. I thought from a branding perspective, it's like the days of Lemon.
She was yellow, not orange, wasn't she?
No, she was like orange.
Was she? Oh, I didn't pick up on it.
Wow.
Didn't like it. I guess the top of a jam jar for bon maman is that kind of plaid thing as well.
Yeah. See?
But that's red.
Well, still though, you coming around on it a little bit more?
Nope.
Wow. I really thought that she'd get you at least with some strong theming.
No. I like the little handbag, which was the jam jar. That was good.
How generous of you. Oh, and then I had a very silly moment where I kind of forgot that it was the family challenge, and I was very mesmerized by mother's breasts, and I thought that she was wearing a breastplate, and then I realized she's just a middle-aged woman with large breasts. It's like, good for her. Got a little silly there. I got very silly.
Oh, what you like?
Chara's up next with Mama T. These outfits are bad and very cute.
They're dressed like presents. Red and pink bows, and then Alan makes a bow jobs joke.
Yeah, it's that very challenging kind of red and pink color combination that I think is a little bit Marmite. You either love it or you hate it. Oh, that's going to be my queen name when I join Cheddar Gorgeous and Marmalade. I'll be Marmite.
But
You either love me or you hate me.
MIGHT.
Yes, because I'm mighty. I've joined my drag brothers and sisters in the Cheddar Gorgeous collective.
This is why I'm
Oh, I'm going to beep that out.
right.
Now, I knew you'd love this look.
Kyron and
Rubella.
They come out as trash cans, and I've written
Bins.
trash bins. I've written here, but they're more trash cans because
They're
a bin,
Oscar the Grouchy, aren't they?
Exactly, because a bin is a wheelie bin to me, and
Yeah.
a trash can is always metal.
Your bin has to have wheels for you to call it
It's
a
gotta
bin.
be a wheelie bin. I've written here, Kyron's so annoying.
Yeah, my note really is more, I have a feeling Ben will love this look, is what I wrote to myself.
Look, it's a strong look.
I think for the family resemblance thing, it was very smart because it means you could put anyone in it because
Yeah.
obviously they have to bring it all with them. Mm-hmm. She was smart. You could never accuse her of not being smart, Ben.
I would never do that. And they have a little bin baby as well.
Yeah, I that was fine.
And then someone makes a joke. Where you been? Where you wheelie bin?
That was Alan, of
Yeah,
course,
of course
because
it
he's
was.
the best. He's a genius.
Right, Verlisa and Jaleesa.
My note is, uh-oh.
Well, I was very nervous, and then I was relieved.
Yeah.
They kind of are wearing red Jessica Rabbit dresses and blue boa things.
Yes, kind of an anemic boa each.
Yeah. Well, no, she has a big boa, and then Verlisa has an anemic boa.
Yeah.
And then they're wearing Coke can hair things.
Yes.
It's a strong look.
Yeah, it's fun. Now,
Talking of fun.
talking of fun and strong looks, then my favorite look of the episode.
Yeah.
Lil and Lola come out as bored, punky showgirls.
Downtrodden showgirls. It's just fantastic.
Her mind is a wonder. It's such a specific thing to think of, isn't it?
Yeah, like,
a bored, downtrodden showgirl.
I like it because a real basic run-of-the-mill queen would dress as a showgirl.
Right.
But this is just perfect, and it's also very Lil.
Yeah. And it continues her amazing talent of turning low-key energy into something
high octane.
High octane, yeah. It's really, it's remarkable.
I also
Lola's great as well.
Lola also appears to be showing more leg and flesh than Lil. I'm
Yeah.
like, good for you.
Yeah, because she puts her in temporary tattoos and I thought she should have won. I know why Mom won because of storyline wise and because of moving forward to make it a little bit more of an even playing field, but I think Lil should have won.
She won in our hearts.
She did. Well,
you
she's
know
already
what?
won the show in my heart. She's the people's princess.
Do you know what? We should send her a badge. We'll send her your Welcome America badge.
Oh, she'll love that.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, great. What the fuck is this? So we get to the critiques.
First up is La Voix, and voila. Alan makes the joke of, when you came out, I had a lump in my throat and a lump in my trousers.
Yeah, Alan says that to kind of break the tension because everyone's getting a little weepy to start with, aren't they? And then they ask Richard like how he feels, and he says something very impactful, I think, which is he said that he feels very proud, and he feels like the whole experience has kind of taught him that being gay is a privilege, not like something to be taken down or to be defending people over, which I think is a step further than a lot of people's parents go with their gay child. It's not just, oh, I'm accepting this and their tough lifestyle. It's like, oh no, this is an amazing thing. I thought it was really gorgeous.
I agree.
It made everyone cry.
Yeah, because at first it's just Michelle crying, and then there's shots of everyone crying. Yeah. And I wrote, everyone's crying, and then I wrote in brackets, Well done, Dad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what LeVar said afterward.
Yeah,
well done, Dad.
Well done, Dad. Right, Marm and Jam.
Yeah, Mom made both the outfits, which they're very impressed with. Michelle says they're pristine.
Rue fucking loves these outfits.
Yeah, she really does. Yeah, she's that was in her critique later, wasn't it? She's done that quite a few times with Marmalade, where she's just kind of gone, just gorgeous,
exquisite.
cheddar, gorgeous.
Cha!
Oh, she took over me again.
Although every time you do it, I get annoyed, but then I think of mini cheddars.
Oh yeah, and I do like the cheddar gorge. We have discussed that on that season, and the bridge that goes over it.
Oh, okay. The
gorgeous.
bridge over the gorge.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Clifton Suspension Bridge. Okay. Why is that in my head? I couldn't tell you. Chara and Mama T.
I've just written here, AJ is so northern.
Yeah, she is real northern.
AJ essentially becomes a full-time panelist at this point.
She does.
She is just doing it. She's going there. I don't think we've
phenomenal. Seen a guest judge hit it out of the park since Alicia Dixon, as
Yeah.
as much as AJ has done in this episode. She's fantastic. Oh yes, Chara's mum gets a great joke in where they're talking about, how do you feel about the makeup and all the look, and she's like, well, I like having a waist. Haven't had one of them in a while.
There's a lot of that going on in this episode.
But then, off stage, the only negative critique that happens when they're not on stage is that, maybe a little too simple and a little garish compared to the others.
I agree, but also garish.
Yeah.
This is a fucking drag competition.
Right.
We're about to see some people bins, for fuck's sake. Kyron and Rebella. AJ says, it's giving Monster Munch.
Monster Munch.
She's so right. And Alan
What's
makes
your favourite flavour?
a Monster Munch. Oh, pickled
Pickled onion. I thought you'd say that.
What's yours?
The flaming hot one. It came in a red packet.
I thought you'd like the beef one for some reason.
That one's fine, but it would go the flaming. Actually, I think I like the beef one the least.
Okay.
I like the pickled onion one, which is surprising for me because I don't like pickled things.
No, but you love a tang.
The essence of it, I like.
You like a salt and vinegar.
I like a wasabi.
I'm a bit mixed on wasabi.
Fast casual dining chain that we used to get our
Absolutely.
lunch from.
Avocado.
Real nasty dry noodles from wasabi at lunch.
Speaking of wasabi, Alan says that when Kyron comes out, it's always a real palate cleanser. It's a real reset. So Relisa and Jalisa. Relisa, interesting here, says that she had a different idea for the look, but then when she found it was going to be her sister, she changed the look to protect her sister.
Yeah.
It was so nice.
Those big old titties couldn't be flopping out on the runway.
Yeah. And one little critique here is that Relisa's dress length, which is a little too short.
Just a little off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yes. And AJ said that it reminded her of her younger sister tottering around Blackburn Town Centre after a night out. I bet it fucking does.
Getting into trouble. What does AJ do these days?
She's the host of Big Brother.
Is she?
Yeah, it's her and that guy, Will.
Oh, I know what you
Yes, the handsome guy. Yeah, the two of them do it. She's really good.
mean. Lil and Lola.
Lil and Lola.
I love this line. You dressed as a bored showgirl. It was as if the show mustn't go on.
Yeah, and I liked that every single pair had a moment of tears where they were like, what does this mean to you? And in true Lil fashion, Lil and her mum just kind of went, oh yeah, oh no, it's good, it's been nice. Oh, it's been,
Stop it, you.
Hey, calm it down.
They told a story.
Yeah, good costuming and storyline.
Should we go to Untucked? Maybe the most boring Untucked of all time, because everyone's like, I love you. And that's it.
Well, we did get LeVar telling her father to close his legs and sit more like a woman, which made me laugh. And that Lil's mum Angela says she's going to get a tattoo to celebrate being on Drag Race, which I really liked.
Sure. Where do you think that tattoo's going to be, like, on the breast?
I think it's on the breast, for sure. But this is where I wrote the note to myself, I'd like to drink 7 bottles of wine with Lil and her mum.
Oh, my God.
I'd start smoking again for that night as well. But sit around their kitchen table, have a nice have a cig.
No, you could love stay. You don't have to go outside to
I'll
smoke. Just open
I'll
the window.
window.
Okay, so another thing they do say at the end is, there were no negative critiques. How are they going to judge this? And I was like, yeah, fair.
Okay, so the gals come back to the main stage and the family are all in Untucked. And I really like that Relisa's sister and LeVar's dad wearing their glasses so they can see the screen.
Oh, that's good.
They're like, oh, we've got to give you your
Put
glasses.
those on.
Yeah. So they're in their full drag but with their glasses on. And Yeah, this is where I really noticed it, because you know how normally the safe queens get called and then the winner gets like a little, hey, Ben, you tickled our ivories and you shot an elephant for the ivory. You know what I mean? And you're the challenge winner.
Is that the hunting challenge?
Yeah, exactly. And then the bottom two get like a, you did this, but you're blah, 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 blah.
Your gun wasn't loaded.
Yeah, exactly.
Your poison dart
didn't quite hit the mark. Right. Exactly. Your dart was full of poison, but it didn't quite hit the mark.
Your gun may have been loaded, but you misfired or something.
Yes, exactly. But she didn't do any of them, which I felt like was a distinct way to not have the bottom two be pointed out for any flaws, which I thought was really nice. So who's safe?
Safe are Lavoie, Kyron, and Lil.
Who's the winner?
And I wrote, are they all the finalists?
Yeah, for sure.
And then Marm is the winner.
You're looking at the top three there for sure.
And I just wrote, sure, Marm's the winner. Fine.
Yeah, it makes sense. And then so that means the bottom two is Relisa and Chara. And they're going to lip sync to Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up.
Never gonna give you up. I'm never gonna bend you down.
And I wrote, honestly, this song is kind of fun.
It is fun.
I think it's one of those songs where you forget because the chorus gets sung all the time, but the verse is really good. And, I'm no stranger to love. You know the rules, and so do I. It's just very like,
Never gonna give.
I just want to tell you how I'm feeling. I like it because they do this actually mostly on Drag Race UK. They've had a lot of male vocal lip sync songs. They do it all the time. And I think this one was a very successful one.
Didn't even clock that.
Yeah. Because I
don't see gender.
Yeah. So just thought it was fun seeing them, especially with Rick Astley's deep voice.
Yeah.
A lot of them walking around.
It is. Relisa does a fun nipple flash.
Yes.
I've written, Relisa is a much more fluid mover.
My highlight of the lip sync was when they cut away to Lavoie singing along.
Oh, I've written Lavoie dancing like a mum at the back.
she was having the time of her life.
AJ is a joy, and I've wrote, Rue is having a blast.
Yeah, she's cackling almost.
I've never
isn't
seen
she?
her move so much behind that judging panel. And then
I feel like by the time the finale of this one comes through, I think she might like stand up.
Get up on stage and join them. And after the lip sync, cut back to the workroom, and Richard said, they put so much into that.
So Shantae, you stay for Relisa, and Chara sachets away.
With her mum.
With her mum. I said she's leaving with dignity, a Nadine Wasp impression, and her mum.
At this point, Lil's mum leans over to like comfort Chara's mum.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, her boobs when she leans over, fucking hell.
I bet those two have got together on WhatsApp, haven't they?
She exchanged numbers.
Yeah, and
when Chara leaves, she does a goodbye gag that I don't get, and I don't need to.
What did she say?
I've no clue. Must be something in the episodes that I didn't watch.
What do you mean? Which part do you mean? When she was on the runway?
Yeah.
That was the Nadine Wasp impression.
What did she say?
Have you never seen that? It's Nadine being attacked by the wasp.
Yeah.
She was going, it's a wasp, it's a wasp. She was just doing that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I do think that Chara got the last laugh because she writes her lipstick message and then she steals the lipstick and puts it in her handbag.
Oh, I
Did you
didn't
see that? She wrote it out and she's got that little red handbag and she just went, oh, taking this. And she put it in her handbag and walked off.
Oh, that's good.
I thought Octavia, I was saying, left with dignity last week, but I think Chara really left with
more dignity.
Even more dignity. Like, she just got lovely comments. Everyone was like, we love you. Goodbye.
And also, you wouldn't mind leaving after this
No,
episode.
it was
such a nice episode.
Yeah.
You're not leaving because you're shit.
Yeah.
You
and
didn't
she
do
gets
a bad
to
job.
fly back with her mum as well.
Fly back with her mum.
That was one thing I did like in Untucked, where her mum's, they were like, oh, you're going to wear this makeup on the plane home? And she's like, I'm not going to look like my passport, am I? She really got me with that one.
Do you also notice at this point, Chara's accent has gone super strong?
Yeah, she's Belfast. Okay. Next week.
Comedy roast.
Very worried for poor Relisa. I mean, this one has got Relisa and Mom in the bottom two for sure.
Mom might be okay though. She could.
My concern is she's going to be too studied. Or maybe I think.
I was worried.
Maybe Kyron, actually.
I was actually worried Lil might fuck up. Then I was like, oh no, wait, because Lil's deadpan. It'll work.
Yeah, she's just gonna. I think she's just come out and have a chat with them, and they'll all be like rolling around.
And obviously, Lavoie will be amazing.
Yes, of course. But yeah, I just think keep an eye on Keep an eye on Kyron and Mom. I think they're going to have a little slip up next week. Ben gets his way. I know. I'd love to see Lavoie and Lil as the final two.
Yeah, what a bizarre.
I would feel so at ease with whatever happened.
Yeah.
I'd feel so happy.
And so would they.
Yeah, exactly.
And next week, the judges or the guest is the nun from Derry Girls.
Yeah.
She's fun.
Yeah.
And then
Nicola.
is there a couple of like guest queens that come in? I didn't quite
Oh,
get
so
that.
no, they're doing the...
Well, no. Hang on. They do the comedy roast and all the eliminated queens return.
I thought that's what
I
you
get
were
that.
talking
No,
about. No,
there's a
that
shot
was-
at the top
it
of
was-
the stairs.
Yeah,
and
it
two
was-
queens come in. I was like, who are they? It was so fast.
How dare you?
Who are they?
I'll give you not knowing that one of them was Ella Day, my nemesis.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The other one was Michael fucking Maruli.
Oh, it was so fast.
I know, but I thought of all the queens, even the one that we know very much in person, I thought the one you'd remember would be Michael Maruli.
Oh, yeah, I do. I love Michael Maruli.
I feel like you'd pick Michael Maruli out of a lineup quicker than you pick out Crystal. I feel like she really stuck with you, old Michael Maruli.
Yeah, I like Michael Maruli. Michael Maruli and Lavoie, they must have done a show together.
Oh, fucking hell. Imagine, yeah, Lavoie must have popped over to
Gran
Gran Canaria.
Canaria.
Yeah, oh God, the two of them. Oh, we've gone mad.
Well, you get a Drag Race UK Season 6 episode every week. So wait, how many episodes have we got left? 3?
Yeah.
3 more. UWA Prime every other week.
Sure
Get in
thing.
touch with us, give us a shout, give us a whatever. You know, the usual. In the meantime, thank you for listening and you're welcome.
Bye.
You are right up my street.
Oh, you can't make me choose.
Igo by Toyota sponsors T4.
Fuck me, Lee Ryan's 13.
Marlene.
I remember we couldn't remember the word for table.